Hi everyone, this is Paige at the Willow Tree. Today I just wanted to give you guys a quick little video or rundown of how the Singapore Math Dimensions program works. And this is specifically for kindergarten, so there's a KA and there's a KB, so obviously I don't have all of the grades to show you, but figured I could just give you a little bit of an idea, and hopefully if there's enough time at the end of the video, maybe I'll even just do like a quick flip through of the book so you have a little bit of a better understanding of how the lessons are laid out. But if you're unfamiliar with the Dimensions math for the Singapore, there is always a textbook, there is a workbook, and there's also a teacher's guide. I mean, you don't have to have all of them, but I figured this is my first time doing Singapore math at all, so I got all three just to get really the full package. So since this is essentially the second part of it, I'm just gonna push these to the side for now, and we can take a closer look at just the KA, which is gonna be the first part. So first and foremost, you do not have to have the textbook and the workbook. I see a lot of people just get the workbook, or some people just get the textbook because there are problems in both and you can work off of that at your home, so that's fine as well. But today I will show you just how, it all kind of works together. So I purchased these off of the Singapore Math actual website. I think they were $12 each. These I got off of eBay actually for a little bit cheaper than what they normally are. So the teacher's guide is more designed for a classroom setting, but I went through it and a lot of it I can just shrink down and do it with my daughter, just us together. So it didn't really bother me in that way. So let's just take a quick look of how this is kind of set up in here. You have your contents, obviously, you have all of your chapters and it's lined up. So it goes from chapter 1 to chapter 6 for the KA. Then from the KB, it goes 7 and on. And I'll show you that at the end. This just goes over kind of how Singapore Math works. And then here, it shows you, it gives you a description of the textbooks, of, what they're designed for. Then it tells you whenever you see this pencil icon, that means that you're going to do work in the workbook, okay? And those are separate. And then this just gives you a little idea of teacher guides. You can get tests as well, actually, on the Singapore Math website. I didn't purchase them because I'm just doing kindergarten. I don't think it's necessary, but you can get them. And then it just shows you the 5 characters that go along the journey with the students that year. And then it gives you the online resources, which a lot of the lessons you have to print out some of the resource, Blackline Masters, etc. on their website, but it's really easy. So that's cool. And it just tells you how to use the guide, and then this is cool. Where it starts is that you could start technically in pre-K, and so it actually gives you all of what they do in all of their chapters. So I'm using this for my daughter, what my daughter would have already learned if she had done the program. And then over here starts the kindergarten on this side. So then you can see what you're doing in each chapter. And it just gives you the scope. And I think it's pretty cool because it actually even goes past the kindergarten, which is awesome for me because if I continue, I would like to know. So this is going into the 1A, the 1B, 2, and on. And it'll show you, I think up to 3B it ends, yeah. And then they always give you like an overview. So, the page numbers, where you're going to start, what's going to be each lesson, and then TB is textbook, WB is workbook, and then just objectives for that. So that's nice, I think. And then so today and there's always a chapter opener. So it kind of gives you like what, if you were in a full classroom, what you could possibly do to begin the lesson with that many students, which I can obviously, just simplify and make it for my one daughter. And, in this situation, they're talking about like what things go together, what items are different or alike. And then it gives you just examples of what you can use and a little like prompts, which is cool. Okay, so this is the lesson 2. And it's talking about same versus similar. It shows you your objective, your lesson materials, how to kind of explore and talk to your students about what you're going to be discussing that day. And then it'll give you this, and it'll say, have students look at the textbook, page 4. And there's always a red little tab so that it's, you know what to do. So you would take out your textbook, open up to that page 4, and you see, look, woohoo, the pages match. So then look and talk, which ones are the same, which ones are similar. And it even gives you, like, for people who don't get the teacher's guide, it has objective, find pairs of objects that are the same and that are similar. So then you would do that with your kids, and down here, it would actually give you the answers if you needed them in the teacher's guide. And then we would flip the book over. We would come over here. They give you a whole group activity if you wanted to, I Spy games, and then go into the page number 5 and then do the work here with also an objective. And then it's cool because it gives you this little pencil drawing, which says exercise 2, page 3. Go to page 3. Exercise 2, and then it gives you, what to do on the page. Circle the 2 penguins that are similar. You could talk about it. Then you go to the next one, circle the things that are similar again, and then you would see this is starting a new exercise 3, so we wouldn't continue on. That would be it for the workbook. Now, I'm assuming as things get harder, what's neat about the teacher's guide, which you probably don't need in the kindergarten, I'm assuming, but I did it anyway. At the end of the chapter, they have all the answers to all the exercises that you did in the workbook. The textbook, the answers were in the lessons. So you at least have that as you continue on. So then just to give you an idea of what the KB looks like. So the KB, it goes from chapters 7 all the way until chapter 14, where it ends with money. So that would be the end of the kindergarten curriculum. But this KB is set up exactly the same as the KA teacher's guide. So I'm not really going to point everything out. And the textbooks and the workbooks are, same type of idea. But I will just give you a quick little, try to, so you guys can see it a little bit better. I like Singapore. The pictures are very colorful. They give you ideas on, what kind of materials to whip out for each section or chapter. And they're just fun. They're pretty. There's kids talking to you through the exercises. And there's always ways to extend on each lesson if you feel maybe they're too short. And then the workbooks, again, are very colorful. I'm very excited to start this. I think my daughter's going to love it. Yeah, and so this is the workbook. Oh, and another thing is that the workbook is perforated pages, and I believe that, let me see if the textbook, no, the textbook isn't, but the workbook is, which is great if you want to take it out and just have your kids do it in front of them. So I just hope this video helped some moms or dads out there that were interested in the dimensions. I couldn't really find a lot of information on it. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel.